In the beginning, before the stars sang, before time could be measured, there was only God, the Eternal, the Almighty, the I Am. From His infinite being, He created all that is unseen, the spiritual world beyond matter and time. The heavens, vast and filled with glory, were His throne. And into that holy realm, God breathed forth the hosts of angels, mighty radiant beings of fire and light. They were not born of flesh nor bound by gravity. They were spirits, intelligent, immortal, and free. Among these countless angelic beings, one stood above the rest, the most brilliant of them all. His name was Lucifer, the light-bearer. He was adorned in beauty beyond imagining. Every precious stone was his covering: sapphire, onyx, emerald, gold. He was the perfection of wisdom, the embodiment of divine craftsmanship. His voice rang through the heavens like a choir of 10,000 instruments. He walked in the garden of God among the fiery stones. He was called Morning Star, and he was given great authority, a throne among the angels. But in the secret chambers of his heart, pride was conceived. Lucifer looked upon himself, and what once reflected the glory of God now became a mirror of self-worship. He desired not to serve, but to rule. And he whispered within his heart, "I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of assembly. I will ascend above the clouds. I will be like the Most High." It was the first sin, a rebellion not born of weakness, but of glory twisted by pride. The highest creature, intoxicated with his own brilliance, dared to challenge the uncreated God. And he did not fall alone. He sowed the seeds of defiance among the angelic host. Many, drawn by his splendor and stirred by his ambition, turned away from their Creator. A third of the stars of heaven swept into his cause. Heaven, the realm of perfect harmony, now trembled with discord. But God is not mocked, and into the breach rose another, Michael, the Archangel, not the most dazzling, not the most exalted, but the most faithful. He stood before the throne, burning with loyalty, and cried out with a voice like thunder, "Who is like God?" And then the first war broke out, not of swords and steel, but of glory clashing with glory, of angels against angels, of light against corrupted light. Michael and his loyal legions charged into battle. The skies became a battlefield of unimaginable wonder. Wings like lightning, voices like the sound of many waters. The armies of God, burning with divine fire, clashed with the hosts of the fallen. And Lucifer, now no longer bearer of light, but Satan, the adversary. He fought with all his fury to seize the throne of heaven, but he was not strong enough. He could not overcome the one who is. He could not overthrow the Eternal. He could not silence the cry of Michael, "Who is like God?" And so it happened. The greatest fall in all of history. Satan and his followers were cast down, not merely displaced, but violently expelled. From the highest heaven to the lower realms, he fell like lightning, and all of heaven rejoiced. But his fury did not die, it only changed its aim. Cast from heaven, Satan turned his gaze toward a new creation, one still untouched, still innocent. Earth, and upon the earth, in a garden planted by God's own hand, walked a new creature, not of spirit but of dust, not powerful, but dearly loved. Man, made in the image of God. Here Satan would strike again, not with fire, but with deception. He did not storm the gates. He whispered. He slithered into the garden. He approached the woman with a smile of silk, and he asked, "Did God really say?" The same lie that led to his own fall, now offered to humanity. "You will not die. You will be like God." And again, creation fell. Man, like the angels before him, turned from trust to pride, from obedience to the illusion of self-sovereignty, and the world was never the same. But even in judgment, God did not abandon his creation. He promised a Redeemer, one who would be born of a woman, one who would crush the head of the serpent. And so the ancient war continued, no longer in the heavens, but now on earth, in the hearts of men. The devil became the prince of this world, but not its king. His power is real, but it is borrowed. His rage is loud, but it is empty. He prowls like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. He tempts, he accuses, he lies, but always he fears the cross. For in the fullness of time, the Word became flesh. God himself entered the battlefield, not with armies, but as a child, born of a virgin, laid in a manger, crucified by the very hands he formed. And there upon the hill of Golgotha, the ancient prophecy was fulfilled. The serpent struck the heel of the Savior, but the Savior crushed his head. Through death, Christ destroyed him who holds the power of death. And Satan, though still a prince, was stripped of his legal claim. His judgment is sealed, his fall is complete. He is no longer Lucifer, no longer the light bearer. Only Satan, the adversary, the liar, the murderer from the beginning, and his time is short. But the war is not over. Even now, every soul stands at the heart of this great cosmic battle. Angels still watch. Demons still rage. The cross still stands. So take up your armor, cling to the light. Call upon the name above every name. Because though the dragon roars, it is the Lamb who reigns. And in the end, it will not be pride that triumphs. It will be love.